Hello everyone, my name is Paula and this is the Stitch by Mrs D podcast. It's a video about knitting and I haven't got any crochet this time. So last time I showed you all of my blankets, didn't I? Because I'd made quite a lot of progress on them and I've made so much progress that I didn't have time to talk to you about all the other stuff I've been up to. And when I told James that I was going to be doing another video today, he said, well, what about the other day? I said, oh, that was just about my blankets. He said, blankets? Who can talk for an hour about blankets? And I thought, yeah, it is quite a long time, isn't it, really, be talking about a load of blankets, but never mind. Now let's have a look round. I've got quite a few pets. If you haven't met me before, I like to have a lot of animals around me at all times. So at the moment I've got Lovely and Patsy down here, who are my guinea pigs. Doug's up there at the window standing really awkwardly. I don't know if he'll come over. Ian's down the end, who is my kitten, and he, well, he's not really a kitten anymore, but age wise I'd say he's still a kitten. He's down there eating his dinner, and in the front room we've got Dennis and Lillian, who are my dogs, and they are guarding. So if they bark, I'll pause. And then right at the top of the house I've got another cat called Pam, and she's asleep on a basket full of knitting patterns. Oh dear. Oh, hello, who's this? Not seen him before. I'm expecting a phone call and I really want the phone call. So I thought if I start doing this, the person who's going to call me will definitely call. Because you know what it's like. It always happens. Oh dear. Let me think, what have I got to tell you since I last saw you? Not a lot really. I went out on Saturday night with James. It's his birthday tomorrow, which is good because I'm doing this so I can give him all these socks tomorrow for his birthday. And I've found an alcoholic drink that I can drink. Hooray! I've got to the course of, oh, I don't know, I was a bit silly when I was young and I used to go out, get too drunk, and I've got to the stage where all alcohol just makes me feel ill. However, I was sat with a boy and he let me try vodka, lime and soda, and that's lovely. So yeah, I had a couple of those and I was fine. And I could drink it as well. I can't sniff any kind of wine. Red wine, white wine, Prosecco. I can't even drink champagne. Oh, no. I can't drink Bacardi. Well, I could go on, but I'm not going to, because it's boring. You don't really care, do you, what I can and can't drink? I've got a variety of things to show you today, all sorts. I've got a shawl, a scarf, some socks. Can you hear the guinea pigs? It's nice, isn't it? Oh, Doug, come on, come on. Here he comes. Come on, we've got Uncle Simon as well. This is my, oh, his claws are sharp. Here he is. How are you, Doug? Oh, blimey. Oh no, my neighbour's back. Oh no. Oh, it's all right. He's parked the car where we can't make eye contact with each other, so that's fine. Good. I like him, don't get me. Oh. We just made eye contact. It was so awkward because neither of us knew what to do, because I was looking out of the window at him and he was looking in my house, so we just sort of pretend it didn't happen. Right, I'm going to start showing you all of the knitting now. This is my Doug, by the way. He's 14 this year. He's still very good for 14. Right, so what else have I been making? Let's have a look. We'll start with this pile of socks that I've made for James. Hang on, before we get going, I should say, right at the end, I'll be telling you about my next shop update, which is tonight, and it's about my teddy bear club. So if you don't want to hear about that, I'll tell you when I'm going to talk about that. Anyway, let's get going. Right, so for a while now I've been making James some socks. So let's have a look and see what I've been making for him, shall we? So I think this was the first pair that I finished, and these were made out of Peyton's Croy socks. Both him and Lizzie loved this colour, and luckily I had 4 balls of it, so I've made one for James and then I'm going to make some for Lizzie as well. I'll tell you what, this is really dense, this is. I finished knitting the second one of these at the Lay Family Yarn Retreat. I didn't say last time, did I, who ran it? I just kept calling it the Woolay Retreat. It's run by Lay Family Yarn. And it's brilliant. And there is going to be another one this year, or some more this year. Yeah, this is really dense, this is. And I actually didn't have any leftovers left to put into the blanket that I'm making for James out of his leftover sock wool. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and get that because I've got both of these next ones in that blanket, so I'll just show it to you. Hang on. I'm back. Doug didn't stay very long, did he? God, this dress annoys me. Look, can you see that bit flops over there? Right, yeah, so there was none left over to put in this blanket that I'll show you again in a minute. But it's lovely and they fit him really nice. He has tried them on, but I'm going to wrap all 3 pairs that I'm going to show you up and give him tomorrow as one of his presents because he's been looking forward to receiving these. It's nice, isn't it? I'm ever so sorry, I can't remember what the colour is. But this was donated to James by a lovely viewer. And the other 2 balls were donated by another lovely viewer. So we're very lucky. So that's the first pair for James. I'm going to try not to make this as long as the other one because that last week was a bit long, wasn't it? Right, so next these. Oh, these are so lovely and they feel nice as well. So I know that this is West Yorkshire Spinners and the colourway is Pheasant. And this was sent in as well by Auntie Linda, and I've finished making these for him. Now, when did I think I might have started these over Vlogmas, did I? Or was it Vlogtober? I think it was Vlogmas. Yes, Vlogmas. So these are lovely and he really likes these. They have actually been worn and washed. As you can probably see by the thing, he's worn them a few times actually, but I snuck them away from him when I knew I was going to be recording a video, so I'll wrap them up for him. Now, you'll already, I'm freezing. You'll already know this if you've watched me lots of times, but I always knit my socks on DPNs, and I knit the ones for James on a 2.75mm and the ones for me and my girls on 2.5mm, and 72 stitches for him. And I quite often get asked to recommend an easy pattern because I knit with 3 DPNs as well. And I learnt by using the Movie Marathon socks by Abby Morris. Well, it might be Abigail Morris. Yeah, but if you look for that, Movie Marathon socks, that's how I learnt how to knit socks. So that's the second pair for James, and that will go... Shall I wrap them all up separately or in one packet? I don't know. And then this is the next pair. So this was donated as well. Aren't we lucky? This was donated by Michelle in a lovely parcel. And this was one of those Zalba balls. Look at all the different colours. So when I finished these, this is what made me start the blanket because I had quite a bit left over and I thought, oh, what a waste. I'm going to do something with that, and then I started the blanket, which I'll show you. So yes, he's I don't think he's tried those ones on, but I measure them up against the other socks that I make. Oh, is this boring? It is, isn't it? Oh, never mind. Right, so here you go. That's where it started, with that one there. And then, as you can see, this is here, and this is what I like about this blanket. I haven't done any more on it, by the way, since I last saw you. Wrong side, Paulina. Look how differently it crochets to how it knits. And I had quite a bit of that left over as well, so it's just so nice to be able to use every little bit up and then give some to James as well. But that's a lovely birthday present, isn't it? Do you know what his main present is from me? This is how different we are. I've paid for him to take part in the London Triathlon. I don't even want to watch it, let alone do it. Can you think of anything worse? I can't. Oh, blimey, we're different. We'd never get matched up if we went on a dating app. Never. Look, if you watched my Vlogmas videos, my pre-Vlogmas videos, you will have seen that I bought some stuff from the auction. Well, included in the auction, here he comes, was this lovely piece of fabric. Can you see it there? It's got all sort of nursery rhyme things on. Here's little Ian. And come on, my babe. Oh, I've got his cloth so that he can do his tit on it. Come on. Come on, babes. There's a hot water bottle down there as well. Yeah, I just love that piece of fabric, so I made myself a bag out of it. Oh, here's baby Ian. Oh, he's off. He's getting in his horrible bed. Is he? Oh, Lizzie's put her hat in it. Hang on. Oh, darling, that's better, isn't it? Sorry about that. I don't know what you've got a view of then. Yeah, he's doing the London Triathlon, and then me and Lizzie are going to meet in a little while and go to town and get him a yoga mat and a surfing magazine. All of my worst nightmares in one, apart from these lovely socks. I'm hoping he's going to want a takeaway as well, so I don't have to cook. Right, what should we look at next? So I made these over Christmas. I'm a bad person when it comes to presents and surprises. I'll always open them early, and this one I opened especially early. So this wool was a present from my friend Suzanne, who is Greenland Kin Yarn, and I believe it's called Mrs. Claus. Now, it's been quite cold, and I've been taking a lot of notice of what bits of me is cold, and I noticed that I had a gap when I'm out in the mornings with the dogs taking Lizzie to school, a gap here. So gloves come up to there, don't they, around there, and I'd say so do most wrist warmers, so I wanted a pair of extra long ones. So I followed the pattern for the Dynamite mitts, which is a pattern by Kay Jones, but can you see what I've missed out? I've missed out the thumb gusset on purpose. So what I did was, I just wanted them to come right the way down my arm. So as soon as I thought, yep, that's long enough, I stopped knitting in the round and I knit flat for what I thought was enough to poke that bit of my thumb through. Let me explain my reasoning behind this. So when I am taking the dogs out for a walk, I occasionally have to stop, well, quite a lot with Dennis, to pick up, you know, the stuff that dogs leave on dog walks. And I wanted something that I could go like this with, and then maybe leave it there until I've disposed of the thing in my hand. And I didn't want thumb sticking out. And also, I wear these in the house as well, and I wanted some stuff that I could like roll up and use as, like, for when I'm doing the washing up as well. Just something that could be rolled up and down without having the thumb bit sticking out at the side. I made a pair of a pair of stripy ones like this once for myself, and I wear them all the time, but they're not quite long enough. But these are lovely and long, and they just get that bit there that gets cold, because my cardigan normally comes up to there. My coat will come up to here, but then I'll have that gap there that is just covered by a layer of coat, so that sorts this problem out. When my babies were tiny, I used to put, I didn't buy them gloves, so I'm a dreadful mother. No, I used to put socks on their hands as well, long socks, and put them right the way down their arms. I'm talking about when they were tiny, by the way, in their little chair, because you know kids pull stuff off their hands. But these are lovely, these are. Ian's having a wash. They always have a wash, don't they, when they've had something to eat? Ian! Ian! Yeah, so these are the dynamite mitts. I absolutely love this pattern. This is the second pair I've made. I've made a pair of navy blue sparkly ones. So if you wanted to knit something like these without the thumb gusset in it, just knit as far as you think you need, then just knit flat to accommodate the bit with your thumb, and then join in the round again. That's what I did. But isn't that lovely wool? Let me show you that side so you can see it. It's mainly pink, but it's got these lovely red stripes and brown as well. And I think it goes really nice with the pattern. I had quite a bit of this left over as well. Definitely enough to make a pair of short socks, which is what I've started. But I'm not going to show you those today. I'll save them till next time. Who is that? That's my neighbour's house, and they don't live there. Oh, they've got cans of beer. She's not there. I don't know if I should text her. What can she do though? I'm keeping my eyes on them. Dub, keep your eye on them. Oh dear. Oh. James has got a hat like that. Right. So yes, that is Green Lambkin yarn, and that was I think it was a birthday present. I opened it in November. My birthday's December the 1st. But aren't they lovely? I love the pattern and I love the colours, and it's called Mrs. Claus. Nice Christmas colour. And maybe next time I'll show you the socks that I'm knitting as well. But I've had to narrow down what I'm deciding to show. Sorry, I'm ever so distracted. I'm having to narrow down what I've selected to show you today, because I've still got quite a bit. And you know, I thought, oh, that's quite a lot of stuff. But then I thought, if I wasn't coming to see you and recording a video, I wouldn't mind how much stuff I had. So what, I just worry that people will think, oh, she's got a lot of stuff on the go, but who cares? Do what I want, can't I? I thought I want to go and clear them off, but I can't do that, can I? They're just minding their own business. And I am not minding mine, am I? You know what I did when I was little? So my mum, her house is quite far back from the street, and then she had a big old front garden. She still has, she still lives in the same house. And my dad used to park his car on a big bit of a very wide piece of path, so it's big enough to accommodate the car and for people to walk past as well. And he'd gone out, and this kid from up the road went and started playing in the gravel when my dad parked his car. And I opened the front door and I shouted out. I was only little, bear that in mind. I shouted out, "Get off my father's land." I think I'd seen it on the telly or something. Right, let's have a look at this one then, shall we? Hang on, I've got some writing in the bottom here. What's this say? This is Johnny's writing. No, some is mine, some is his. Sunday, risotto and chicken casserole. Monday, sausage and mash. Tuesday, oven dinner. Wednesday, chicken burger. Kebabs with warm pita bread and Friday curry. Oh, that sounds nice, doesn't it? That was a menu. Right, so I've got a shawl to show you now, which would be finished, but I started making baby clothes, so... But this is nearly done. Oh. It's called the Ziggy shawl. I didn't print off the front cover, just realised. And it's by Kofi Locatelli. Hello, doggy back. Kofi Locatelli. And it's a lovely big V-shaped shawl. So shall I show you it? I'm making it in this, which is called Raspberry Ripple, and it's by Lay Family Yarn. It's a 2 skein shawl, but it already looks so much bigger than that. I think it, so when did I join in that ball? Just here. So all of that is just 1 skein up till that bit down there. It's hard to show you, isn't it, when it's, so isn't that a lot? Anyway, this is lovely, and I usually knit on this when I'm watching Happy Valley. Right, is anyone else watching Happy Valley? So next week is the last episode, and it feels like there is a lot of ends that need tying up. I don't know how they're going to fit it all in one episode. I don't know if it's going to be like a bumper episode. Because I can't think how they're going to tie it all up. There's so much going on, isn't there? I don't want it to end. I like that programme, do you? Right, so here we are. So as you can see, a little bit of lace, a little bit of garter, a little bit of lace and a little bit of garter. Now, I've now got this lace bit to, no, this garter bit to finish, and then another section of lace, and then it's completely finished. So I'm very, very nearly done, aren't I? And I find that the lacy bits go quicker than the garter bits, but they're the same amount of rows in each bit. I do love making shawls, and I do love lace, and this is just lovely, isn't it? I wonder if it will suit me. Let's see. I think it's all right because it's got that got those lovely dark pink specks in it. Right, it's the Ziggy shawl by Kofi Locatelli. I know I've already said it, but I just thought I would repeat it. It's still outside the house. Good job I'm sat here. They're not doing any harm. Anyone can stand there. It's in my genes. My family are very nosy, and I've inherited the nosy gene. What is that? Oh, it's just a little bobble on the wall. But this is a lovely pattern, but of course it's taken me a long time. I'm not really knitting on it for any great length of time, that's why. I think I could bang this one out in a couple of days if I tried to get it done. But it's nice, isn't it? Let me show you it nice and close. Can you see how nice it is? Look at that lovely lace. Oh, I'm sorry, my darling. And it does look like Raspberry Ripple, doesn't it? I haven't had Raspberry Ripple in years. Oh, I used to like that. And if you got, you know, like in a big tub, if you got the tub and turned it upside down, that would have a lot of the sort of jam sauce type stuff in the bottom. Oh, I don't think my children have ever tried it. They don't really like, well, Johnny does. They don't really like fruity ice creams. They go for more like the toffee and chocolate and that sort of stuff, and vanilla-y type things. I don't know what my favourite, well, my absolute favourite ice cream in the world is Haagen-Dazs praline, or praline, whatever you say. You do you. Oh, I hope James doesn't watch this, he'll divorce me. Yeah, praline or praline and cream, that's my absolute favourite. But I do go through it and get all the nuts out first, because otherwise everybody else gets them, and that's the best bit. Yeah, so I need to get this done, don't I? I'll finish this baby cardigan that I'm going to show you in a minute, and then I'll finish this off. So I'll show this to you next time and it'll be done. How many more? Oh, yeah, not too much to go. But it is lovely. I can just imagine how nice it's going to look when it's blocked. I love this colour. I love pink. It's not going to happen, is it? No, it never does. Honestly, all that effort I put into it last time, posing for those thumbnails, none of them came out the other end the way they were supposed to. They've gone. Oh no, they haven't. They've moved up a bit. Oh, I can't keep. Right, well, they're away from my neighbour's house and out of my eye shot, so I can't. They're not my responsibility anymore, are they? So what we've shown you so far: 3 pairs of socks, a pair of wrist warmers, a shawl, a bit of a blanket. So now I'm going to show you my advent scarf, which isn't finished. It will be, but I'm just not in the mood for it at the minute. Oh, please don't be off the need. That's my neighbour. I'm going to pause it in case they start swearing. I think it's all right. I think he was on the phone. I will proceed. Yeah, I am. Oh no, it has come off the needles. It doesn't matter. I can sort this out quite easily. Yeah, I can. But I'm going to have to show it to you very gingerly. Right. So we'll start at this end. This is an advent calendar that I got from Greenland Kinyon. And Suzanne, I don't know if she's doing it this way this year, but for the last couple of years she's ran her advent as a club. So you pay monthly and you get sent 3 little packages in the post for 3 days. And that carries on. I think it usually starts in March until November, I think. Cool, Doug's comfortable. Doug, that is where I'd sit if I was a cat. He's on the fleece I got ready for Ian, and he's got a hot water bottle underneath the fleece. Right, so as you can see this year it was in a rainbow. So it started there. Let's do it by packs of 3, shall we? So that was the first month. So March, April, 2, 3, May, June, July. Now this is where we've all gone a bit, it's come off the needles, but I can sort it out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hang on, I'm going to pause. Hang on and sort it out. There we are. I've sorted it out. Right. So then I'm now going up into the blues, aren't I? Can you see the pattern? The way that the lady recommends you block this is to like soak it, put it in, lay it down flat, and then halfway round put a yoga, you know, like a foam roller thing. We got loads of them because James rolls about on the floor with them underneath him. Put that underneath and then lay the second half over the first half. So that's what I'll do. I'm very limited for space because of all the people who wander about, like for blocking things. But yeah, I'm just not in the mood at the minute for finishing this off. Let me see, how many more colours have I got to put in? So at the minute I'm putting in this navy blue, which is very lovely. That's quite similar to the colour that I made my other pair of dynamite mitts in. And then I've got these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this won't take me too long to finish as well. Aren't they lovely, all those colours together? But I'm just not in the mood for it at the minute. I will be, and when I am in the mood, I'll just do it. But I'm just not in the mood for it at the minute. I'm going to have to watch my vlogs back as well, so that I remember what order to put all of these in. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? It's the same colour as my coat. Right, I better tell you what this is called, hadn't I? It's called the Mysoni Bias, and I'm going to spell it for you. I've written it down. M-Y-S-S-O-N-I Bias. And it's by Stitch Nerd Designs, who is Susan Ashcroft. Alright? I'll repeat. Mysoni Bias. M-Y-S-S-O-N-I Bias. This would be very nice made out of, oh, I should tell you, you can knit this in 3 different sizes. I went for the middle sized one, and I haven't had any waste. So what I've done is joined the wool when I've run out of the other one, unless it's been on a row where the pearl bump is going to be 2 different colours coming back the other way, and then I thought, oh, I haven't got enough to go across, and then I've joined it at the side. I think that must have been the case there, because that's a big long end, isn't it? But it's lovely. I like having a look at things which have got different colours in and deciding which my favourite colour is. And I think it's this green here, this pastel green. I very much love that. But this is going to come to life when it's been blocked. Of course, you can't really tell how nice the pattern is. It needs a good old blocking, and it will get it when I'm in the mood. But I'm just not in the mood at the minute for this. But I will be. I don't think you should analyse stuff like that. Sometimes you want fish and chips off a menu. Sometimes you want a steak, don't you? And you don't worry about that, do you? You don't think, oh, I wonder why I want steak tonight. Oh, you just have it, don't you, and don't worry about it. So I'm not going to worry. My mum bought me a lovely set last Christmas. Not last Christmas, my neighbour's off again. Not last Christmas, but the one before, and it came in this lovely bag. I'm going to make some bags like this for my shop, actually, next Christmas. Some nice Father Christmas sacks with some nice red velvet and fur. Oh, that'll be nice, won't it? Right. So that's that. Right, shall we have a look at what else I've got here? Right. So I'm making a pair of socks for my friend's son. And I did the first one super quick, and then I've stalled on the second for some reason. I couldn't get enough of them, and then I stopped. So yeah, I met a lovely lady when I went on the, I'm going to run on about it again, when I went on the retreat. That's an end, I can snip that, I've sewn that in. And she said her son had asked her for a pair of socks. I said, oh, I'll knit him some. So I have. Now this is the Opal Dragon. I think it's based on dragons. I can't find the ball band anywhere to show you. But so this is the first one. And I made this really quick. Yeah, oh, there's something to do with dragons. Let me snip this other end off. Can't remember. So that's the first one. It is nice. I think James is very jealous because I did actually buy this for him, this wool. He's got enough, hasn't he? And he's got He'll have another pair on the needles soon. That's the first one. It's a bit more turquoisey than is coming out there. And this is how far I've got on the second. It's funny, isn't it? Now that's not the same size as that. Now I'm looking at this again. I haven't looked at these for a little while. I feel like I want to go and knit on them now. It's funny, isn't it? Like, do any of you play Wordle, or another game that I play, which is the same thing as, well, it's from the New York Times website, but it's called the Mini, and it's a tiny little 5x5 crossword, and I can do that like in a few seconds every day, and James has started doing it now. But anyway, Wordle, sometimes I think that can't be a word, so I'll just leave it and then I'll come back and look, and then I'll get it straight away. And that's nothing to do with this at all. But anyway, now I'm looking at this, I think, yeah, I want to go and knit that. So Susan, they are coming, but they're coming along slow, but they are coming along, and that's all that matters. I'll tell you what I do find about Wordle. I get really annoyed about how patronising it is if you get the word on the last go and it goes, oh, phew. Oh, I don't like that. I think that's a bit patronising. Hello, Patsy. This thing that they're in, it's got a step, and I've never seen them get up on it before, but all of a sudden they've learnt how to get up on the step, and I get ever so excited when I see them on it. Right, I'm going to show you my baby knitting now. So my friend's having a baby, a little boy, and I've started making some stuff already. I've ordered some wool, so let's have a look, shall we, at what I've got. It's all so soft. Right, so I am making, oh hello Pam, you missed out, didn't you? I'll come and feed you in a minute. The boys have had theirs. I need to go and get her when they have theirs. She doesn't miss out, but it's just inconvenient to keep feeding the cats all day. Right, so this cardigan is called the Velvet Acorn Baby Cardigan by Lilia Vanini. Alright, so let's have a look. Oh, so sweet. I'm making the second size, which I think is 3 to 6 months. Yeah, because the first size is 0 to 3, so this is the 3 to 6 months. Oh, so cute. I think James is getting broody. Every time I show it to him, he goes, oh, it's lovely, because we love babies. Oh. Right, so it's made top down. Isn't it sweet? And when I first started doing these raglan increases, oh, I couldn't stand them. But I love them now, and I love them much more than I do when you use the make one left, make one right. This is just so much nicer, this technique. And I've been thinking I could use like the skeleton of this pattern, because I've got a few ideas what I'd like to make for this baby. I'll have to check with his mum though, because then again, she don't have to dress him in them, does she? She could just say, oh yeah, he's got it on today. That's what I used to do. But that was the days before social media. Anyway, I've got an idea, and I love this cardigan so much, like the way it's made, that I could make it and not put the pattern down the front and then do my own thing. I think that would be quite nice. So let me show you the pattern. It's got this lovely, it's got a mock cable and then a proper cable in the middle. Got 2 mock cables either side, and then I've just got to do the sleeves and the bands now, the button bands. But I'm going to send the the buttons to mummy to stitch on. I don't want to take responsibility for wobbly buttons. Not when babies are concerned, but it's just such a lovely pattern. Oh, I've enjoyed doing this. I'm making it out of Drops Baby Merino. So I think this is a sport weight cardigan. And this is sport weight, isn't it? And I think the colour was turquoise, but it's colour 10. But I think on the website it said that the colour was turquoise. Oh, and it's so lovely. It's coming out a bit darker than it is in real life. But it's so sweet. And they take about 5 minutes to make because they're just the tiniest little things. So I've got to do the arms, and I've looked, and the pattern, the amount of stitches for the little arms is less than like a small sock. It's sweet, but aren't those raglan increases lovely? It was a nice pattern. I'll tell you what though, I did get in a bit of a muddle at the start because it said you had to do a row, and then you do the next row, and you had to do this mock cable, and then it said continue in pattern. And I didn't really know what the pattern was at that stage. Like, it didn't say, like usually if you've got to do that sort of thing, it will say knit the knit stitches knitwise on the wrong side, and purl on the right side, so that you get that. But it didn't say that, but I worked it out. Oh, isn't it cute? Shall I show you the other colours? So I'm also going to make another cardigan. I don't know how you can't smile when you look at things like this. Out of this one, which is a grey baby merino drops. That's Pam, what she's up to. Oh, and then I've got this, which is merino extra fine, and I'm going to make a little pair of like short dungaree things out of this. This is a DK. Oh, it's so soft. And this is colour 13. I don't know what it was called though. Oh, it's so lovely. And then this, I've never felt this before, but it's really lovely. This is Drops Cotton Merino, and this is to make a little pair of dungaree type things out as well. Some people might call it a romper. In fact, I think I might have called it a romper myself. So I've got enough to make 2 cardigans and 2 little like trouser things with little things. Oh, so sweet. So I'm really enjoying doing that at the minute. But I think when I've made this cardigan, I'm going to have a little break, and then I'm going to finish that shawl. I need to finish these socks as well, and then that'll sort of get me going on the rest of it. I'm going to do a pair of the little trousers next. Oh, so nice. Now, what did I have to... Oh, hang on. Oh, no, that's not the phone call I'm waiting for. Oh, that's one of those other ones, you know, when they say, hello, have you had an accident? That sort of call. Oh yeah, I was going to say, I've also got a jumper, but I haven't done anything on that. That's the Raspberry 12 jumper. And I've also got the bookish cardigan. I haven't done anything like that. However, I had my printer out the other day, because getting the printer out is a bit of a big deal in my house. So I got that out, and so I printed off the pattern, and that is going to make a big difference to me getting that done. Because the chart, when I was looking at it on my phone, oh, it was getting on my nerves, because it was that way on my phone, and I had to turn my phone that way to read it properly. And then of course it then goes small because I tip it up the other way. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain. But I'll get that going soon. I think that might be it for knitting. I was just going to tell you, I forgot to update you last time about my mum, didn't I? So if you didn't watch my Vlogmas, quite early on in December, my mum had a freak accident. She was turning off her TV, turned round, slipped and fell on her hip and broke her hip. She had to have a hip replacement. That was early December, and she's doing really well. She is chasing up like mad her 6-week checkup, which is gone over 6 weeks now, because she wants to know if she can start driving again. But she's been going to town and the supermarket, and she just wants to start driving again, and then she'll be a lot happier once she can get out and about again. Because she does quite a lot for elderly relatives, and my dad has been having to do shopping for my mum's auntie and my nan, because my mum does a lot for my nan as well. Are you sure you're not too hot, Doug? You need to keep warm though, don't you? He likes to sit on the kitchen radiator at the moment. This is perfect. I set that radiator bed up the other day, and did they get in it? No. So I took it away again because it's quite inconvenient having it out. Pauline sat over there looking at me with her teddy bear. She's all right. I'm just trying to think what else I've got to tell you. Oh, I'm going to move on to shop stuff now, because there was something else I forgot to tell you last time as well. I am a stall holder at this year's East Anglian Yarn Festival, which is very exciting but also worrying at the same time, because it's my first one, and I think, how much do I take, and have I got this, I've got to think about this, I've got to think about that. Lots to think about, isn't there, when you're going to do something like that? But it'll be all right. James is going to come with me. He's going to be my helper for the day. I'm going to make him an apron with his name on. I can picture what my stall's going to be like, but I don't know whether that'll happen, but we'll see. I need to check the guide and see how big my table is and have a practice. Yeah, so that's exciting. So that's what I'm doing this week. I've got the whole week to get some stuff made for that. And then I'm going to be taking a teddy bear club with me, which is just for the show. And lots of spring themed stuff. So that'll be good, won't it? It is exciting, but it's quite nerve-wracking as well. So if you've got tickets, come and see me, won't you? Come say hello. The sky's blue today. I've actually got some washing out. Right, so let me think. So I told you I was going to tell you about my teddy bear club, didn't I? That goes on sale tonight at 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I don't get GMT. And today is the 30th of January. And there will be some spring lambs available for adoption, about this big, tiny little things, in hand knitted jumpers, lovely skirts, and this time the theme will be blossom. Yes, I'm looking forward to making a start on those. I've got the wool and I've started winding it up. And also next week, if you've been wanting one of my velvet elephant bags, there'll be some more in my shop next week. I don't know which day though, so just keep an eye on Instagram if you're interested in one of those, and there will be some more details. Oh Doug, it's exciting, isn't it? I've got to go uptown in a minute. Oh, hang on, I'll put the link to my Etsy shop in the description box. Can you see him? You see his ears, can't you? I've got to go uptown in a little while. Lizzie is going to call me when she's finished school, and we're going to go and get James his other little birthday presents. And I've got to get some stuff to make him a cake. And then I've got Johnny's parents' evening tonight, which will be interesting. And then Wednesday, the teachers are striking this time. So that means Lizzie's not in school. We've had a look through her, because she's got online learning and is just watching a load of videos. And she's going to try and get that done tonight so that she hasn't got to do anything on Wednesday, and I don't mind her doing that at all. So that would be a good day for me to get some of my East Anglian Yarn Festival Teddy Bear Club done, wouldn't it? Yes, that's mine. That's a good idea. So I'll probably come back and see you in a couple of weeks, because I've got quite a few things here that are on the verge, aren't they, of being done. Oh, and I've just got so much stuff that I want to make, and I want to get cracking with all my lovely wool that I've got in there. I've seen that Hohe Locatelli, because I've made her Elton cardigan. She's now bought out, I don't know if she called it the Elton pullover or the Elton sweater, I can't remember, but whatever. That's out, and that looks nice, because I do like a stripy jumper. I do like stripes. I like stripes and spots and checks and florals. I like anything really. I'm not too bothered, am I? Patsy! Oh, she's so sweet. I need to make an appointment for that. There is someone local who does guinea pig nail cutting, because they've got to the stage where they scream at me if I try and do their fingernails. Like the baby, have you ever seen that baby on YouTube who makes his dad jump by, like, every time he goes near him with the nail cutters, he screams? That's what they've started doing all of a sudden. I'm not hurting them. I'm not hurting them, I promise. I'm clipping off a tiny, tiny bit from the end, but they scare me. So I need a professional to help me get it sorted out. Oh. Right, that'll do. I'm sorry this has been awful and really boring, but I said I'd update you with the rest of the stuff, which is what I've done. I dyed my hair on Saturday, but you can't tell, can you? When I was putting it on, the bottle, the stuff in the bottle was orange, and me and James were expecting a right laugh, but no, it was just normal when it come out. It's just a lighter brown than what I normally go for. I need a darker brown. Right, I will love you and leave you, and I'll see you next time. So if you want a spring lamb, come to my shop tonight and there will be some in there. I should tell you, it's a pre-order for a little lamb dressed in a seasonal outfit with the theme of blossom. Very pretty little, I've got some nice fabric this time, and very nice wool as well. That's all I can tell you about. And if you'd like an elephant bag, keep your eye on Instagram and I'll tell you when they'll be in my shop. Right, I'll see you all soon.